Hey guys, this is Brax. Have you ever watched those shows on Animal Planet or Discovery about hunting Bigfoot and think to yourself that you would do a better job catching him than the people on your TV? Well, Finding Bigfoot lets you do just that. The game begins by telling you that a group of tourists have gone missing in a place called Jasper National Park, and that it's time for you to find out the truth behind these disappearances. Each time that you play and you start the level, you start off in a van that gives you pretty much everything that you're going to need to catch Bigfoot. You can pick up a rifle, night vision, and portable cameras, some meat, and some traps, and also a little bit of first aid, and then you're pretty much all set and ready to go. You can also pick up a flare gun and some tracking rounds on the table outside before you head off into the forest if you want to. The first thing I did was set traps and cover them up with branches, hoping that I could get Bigfoot the easy way without having to do any actual footwork. It worked well enough to lure him out eventually, but I haven't been able to actually capture anything in the traps other than a deer, which I did not need. Like, why do I want a deer? Another good idea is to set up cameras either in spots like the outposts that are scattered across the map, or the swamp area near the north, or near the traps that you set up. That way you can hide in the van and look for Bigfoot from the PC in the van instead of having to be out in the forest where it's actually pretty dangerous. The problem is, I was looking at the camera footage and Bigfoot came in the van behind me and started beating the hell out of me before I could do anything about it. So maybe that's not such a good idea after all. A lot of this game is waiting, and that's the biggest problem that I have with it. It gets sort of boring because during the day you actually feel like you are the hunter and you're the one looking for Bigfoot. You kind of feel like you're the one that's on offense. But by the time that it gets dark, which takes a really long time, then it starts to feel like he's hunting you. But that process takes too long. I like nighttime because your hunter, he breathes really heavily, you can hear owls, you can hear things moving around in the forest, but you can't see them. You do have your night vision camera and your flashlight, but that's about all you have, and at nighttime it feels really on edge, and it feels super intense, but it takes so long for it to get dark. You spend a long time walking around during the daytime, setting up traps and doing all of that stuff, which on my first little playthrough was pretty fun. But after playing it, I would say 2 or 3 rounds, I can't see myself playing much more of it because of the fact that I'm not really doing anything most of the time. Now, if I had someone else to play it with, which I'm going to probably, then maybe it would be fun for another couple of hours, just with a friend or two. But even then, I don't think that it has extended playability, and that's the biggest problem that I have with it. I will admit though, there are a few things on the map that you can find that are pretty interesting. Like you can run across campsites and there's blood everywhere, and it makes you think basically that Bigfoot has been terrorizing the entire park and killing people. And there are lots of little things like that scattered around the map, and I feel like there are still a few things that I haven't discovered yet that I need to spend some more time in this, walking around, actually looking at the environment. Speaking of which, it does look pretty good. It's on the Unreal Engine, and like most games with Unreal, it looks pretty good. It's not the best Unreal game I've seen, but it is pleasant to look at, and the overall atmosphere is really cool. This thing is still in early access, so I think they have another map coming out soon. This is just the beta, but the next map, based upon what I see on the main screen, is going to be like snowy and more like winter time, and I'm looking forward to that as well. That way I can take a try at that one, and maybe it will develop the story a little more and give me more opportunities to interact with Bigfoot. Overall, I don't really think this is terrible. I kind of like it. I enjoyed playing it. I'm just worried about replayability. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sit down and play this thing for a really long time. And for $15.99, I feel like I should be getting more out of it than that. And if you guys are going to purchase it, that is what you are going to have to pay on Steam. It's $15.99. I can't say I would recommend it for that price, but if you catch it on sale, I think it's worth $10. I would definitely get it for $10. So please do that if you want to. Check it out on Steam. That is Finding Bigfoot. If you liked it, leave a like. If you like me, subscribe. Don't forget to check out the weekly contest, join the Patreon, and I will see you guys on the next one.